Hi everyone, it's Lisa from A Simple Season. You know, life has a lot of ups and downs, and some of the lows that hit us can hit us pretty hard, and especially if we have a lot of things in the world that we're concerned about, or possibly things in our personal lives. Dealing with tough times can be daunting, especially when we're exhausted and tired and devastated from negative experiences that we've had. And bouncing back can be difficult sometimes, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. So here are 8 things to remember when going through tough times. The first thing is we need to take an honest look at ourselves. Before we tackle any situation in life, we need to take a step back and evaluate the current situation that we're in and ask ourselves, how can we best approach this challenge? Whatever it is, take stock of your current situation and figure out all of the options that are open to you so that you can figure out the best way to navigate forward. And don't be afraid of change. Everything changes in life. Nothing lasts forever. And sometimes change is needed and it's freeing and can help us move along to the next stage in life. One of the most powerful abilities you have is to change yourself. So make it a priority. Also, be kind to yourself. You're under construction, you're a work in progress, and you're not going to figure everything out in a day. So give yourself a break. The next thing is not getting what you want can be a blessing sometimes. During the 2008 credit crunch, I was working for a mortgage company, and with all of the turmoil that was happening in the market at that time, the company that I was with was on thin ice, and I was hoping and praying that I wouldn't lose my job. But at that time, everything changed very, very quickly, and within a matter of weeks, I was out of work. So I was absolutely devastated, and I was scrambling because it was around November at the time. So I decided to go to an acquaintance of mine that managed a clothing store, and I asked her, would she hire me for the Christmas season? And she did. So I went and worked there for a few months, and even though I was unsure and I had all of these feelings to work through, like what's going to happen now, like what's going to be the direction of my life, I just stayed with it, and within a few months I was actually able to find other work that was better than the job that I had before. And during the time that I was working at the clothing store, I developed some really wonderful friendships. So it just goes to show that sometimes the things that we don't want to happen, or when we're wanting a specific outcome, we may not be the best judge of what is good for our lives or what's going to turn out best for us. So I've learned in those situations, instead of maybe hoping and praying for a specific outcome, it's better to ask for things like wisdom or clarity or endurance just to get you through that phase in life until you figure out what is going to be next for you. Because I learned to trust that I am going to be exactly where I'm supposed to be in life all the time, and things are going to work out for the best, even though it doesn't seem like that in the moment. So it's good to just kind of let go sometimes and trust the process and know that you're going to end up where you're supposed to be. The next thing is there's always something to be grateful for. One of the best ways to bring more peace in your life is to count everything that you've been blessed with and be grateful for it. It could be that you're grateful to still have eyesight and still be able to drive, or that you have food in your cupboards, or you have the support of friends and family around you. All of these things are wonderful blessings to take account for in our lives. And if we regularly take the time to recognize all of the things that we are blessed with, it does make our problems seem less severe and make our lives go a lot more smoothly. And this provides immense peace and mental strength. So make a list of all the good things in your life, and I think you might be surprised at just how many of them there are. The next thing is take your thoughts captive. The thoughts we have are very powerful because whatever we focus on expands. And sometimes we focus on an injustice or an offense that we just keep reliving over and over in our minds, or we're focusing on maybe an unrealistic fear, or we've got these lies of self-condemnation that go through our minds all the time, or there's some bitterness in a relationship that we're reliving all the time. We have to take hold of those negative thoughts and turn them into positive ones. As an exercise, take a notebook, and every time you have a negative thought, write it down and try to replace it with a positive one. So for example, if you lost your job, you might be thinking, oh, I don't have a job right now. I'll never find another good one again. Replace those thoughts with, I'm skilled at what I do, and it might take some time, but I'm going to figure this out. Also, don't forget to have some fun. When you're going through a tough time, you can't run on 10 all the time. So take a step back and enjoy some things. Grab a coffee and a sandwich and a friend and go have lunch at the lake, or spend time outside, or spend time with animals, even if it's just, feeding ducks at the park, or learn a new language, or play a musical instrument that you enjoy, or spend time in your garden. Take joy in all of those hobbies that you have that bring you happiness. And another good thing is if you can get outside of yourself and help out someone else, that can go a long way to help you feel better and refocus. Also, give yourself some credit and remind yourself of all the tough things that you've overcome before, and use that to forge your way forward, because you're tougher than you think. And lastly, tough times are a learning experience. When we experience tough things like economic hardship or loss or betrayal, we learn a lot, not just about the situation that we endured, but we learn a lot about ourselves too. Overcoming past challenges makes us more resilient, and it doesn't make our problems disappear necessarily, but it just helps us move past them emotionally and on to the next thing, so that we can get back to our lives. And a lot of the time, after experiencing things that are really crushing, we can walk away from them with greater strength and a deeper understanding of things, especially if we can acknowledge our setbacks and maybe where we failed or went wrong and what we learned from that situation, and it makes us better able to move forward and handle things better the next time. So that being said, I hope you found this list helpful. Thank you so much for joining in and seeing me today. Stay well, everyone, and we'll catch you in the next one.